We're with the Madison Liberty Institute in Salt Lake City, Utah at the Women's March to ask questions and see why people are here today.
Why am I here today,
Yeah.
personally? I am here because I think everyone deserves the right to express themselves and be who they are.
Woo! Women! We love the women!
We do love women.
We realize that we're entering the workforce and that we want equity with our pay and with everything that we're doing.
Do you think that there are any issues that they're talking about that maybe do hold some weight or some value?
Yeah, there are a lot of issues that do.
The campaigns that we have is called the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women campaign, and we're trying to bring awareness to the fact that Native American women experience violence at 10 times the national average.
I think it's a good thing. They need to stand up for their rights, but this gentleman came up and says they don't even have a direction.
So, what are you guys here for today?
March.
March?
Yep.
Oh.
I am not a woman. I am a trans masculine non-binary person, but I stand for women because they stand for me. And then I've got another side to it. All the female heroes, action heroes, superheroes, sci-fi heroes, fantasy heroes, all these badass women that never get the recognition they deserve.
I think these people just want to yell and scream.
Make a big deal out of something?
Yeah, they want to just make a big deal, man. I think they weren't in the play that they should have been in 6th grade.
When do we want it?
Look at it. Look at the synchronization, you know what I mean?
Girls are just as tough and strong and have a lot of say in everything else.
We just want to support women like all together and just like the unity.
If you had the power to change, one law, what would you do?
That's a good question. I mean, we have gay marriage now, thanks to Obama, so I just hope that doesn't get revoked. I hope abortion doesn't get revoked, like everything they are threatening to do. I would love to see more protection for our national parks.
What do you think the government's responsibilities are?
Well, for one thing, we need better access to safe abortions. It should be legal everywhere, and there should be centers open in like a lot more places so that people can get to them. And so there's all these laws trying to block people's rights not only to get the abortion in the first place, to be able to even get to these centers where we can have this done. All these laws trying to block that, and we're just trying to be healthy and take care of our bodies.
I actually 100% support abortion.
I think that one's body is one's own specifically, and that's about what this is about.
So what point would you determine that it's life? Where's your cutoff point?
When it's born. Most of the time when someone gets an abortion, it's because they need it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely abortion is something that's always been a touchy subject to me because of my family struggles with infertility. And so I'm definitely not pro-abortion.
Can I let you know what the scientific definition of life is?
If you would like to.
Okay, so the scientific definition of life requires homeostasis, cell growth and development, and replication.
Okay.
And from the point of conception is when that happens. And so the legal definition is the scientific definition, so that is when life begins. And so you are taking life when you have an abortion. So does that change your opinion on anything?
No, absolutely not. And I would prefer to not take the opinion of a man on this matter, whether that offends you or not.
Well, right is right, whether I'm a man or not. So
right is
wrong
right,
is
but
wrong.
ethical is a completely different conversation.
Okay.
You have to let other people speak their truth too, and not drown them out. And even if we say, well, in the end, women should choose how they treat their own body, we still stand by that, but we respect that you really truly believe you're doing the right thing to protect an unborn child and you think you should speak for it.
Do you feel like as a man you have any disadvantages in America?
Oh, definitely in this day and age with everything going on, yes. I definitely watch my P's and Q's right now.
Yeah, part of toxic masculinity is the feeling that men can't speak, and so do you think that there's a possibility that there are more men's issues out there that maybe we don't know because men don't feel like they can talk about, things that they experience? Like, for example, men will receive 63% more prison time for the same crime as a woman. Men typically do worse in custody cases. So maybe there is some legislative things that people just don't know because men don't feel like they can talk about their problems.
Absolutely. I definitely feel that there should be more of an outlet for men and to be able to talk about these issues.
To feel like they're getting pushed to the side a little bit more. They're starting to feel that.
Would you be okay with there being a men's march to talk about men's issues? Would you support that?
No.
No? Why not?
I wouldn't, because women are the marginalized group and men have male privilege.
Do you agree with the term toxic masculinity?
There is some degree of that, yes. There are definitely boys out there that go out of control and men who are too aggressive. So yes, but there are also toxic feminists out there so that aren't being addressed.
You know, biologically men are stronger than women.
Right. Yeah.
And so, do you think it's important for women to have that option and be able to legally own and operate and safely operate a firearm to defend themselves?
Absolutely, yeah. Take charge of that situation and be proud to be able to, you know, if they want to conceal or if they want to protect themselves in that way, that should be something that they can do.
Definitely one of the obvious ones is the gender pay gap.
Do you think there could be any discrepancies with that, or maybe some reasons why there's a gap that's due to things other than discrimination and sexism?
I've always just thought it's things to do with maternity leave that is put into when women aren't given their salary when they're interviewing for jobs, that it's just automatically included that they will take time off for being a mother or things like that.
Any doctor would really tell you that without the nurses, they couldn't do what they do. Nurses catch doctors' errors, but it doesn't mean they get a bonus. You know?
Yeah, that's true, but they also go to school less time, right?
They go to school a little less time, yeah.
I think it comes down to being okay with the pay that you've chosen, depending on the field you decide to go into. But then I also think that if there is any kind of difference in a man and a woman being in the same field and there's any kind of pay difference there, then that's where the issues lie and that's where awareness needs to be raised.
How do you guys feel like you have experienced discrimination in your own life?
I mean, I just think naturally as women it may seem that we're more weak or that we don't have as much say in things, and that, you know, most things are naturally kind of ran by men.
And sometimes the men think, you know, I'm in the middle of explaining something, they should interrupt and try to take over and explain it their way.
Everyone listens to him because, it's just stupid. People think men are smarter, which is not true. But a woman will start speaking and people will just be like, whatever.
I feel in the workplace, I feel condescended to and talked down to. I feel that, you know, even with, you know, men who are my friends, you know, and don't realize what they're saying and how they're coming off to women.
I feel like the disadvantage is probably happening more in other cultures than here in the United States.
Do you think that we should maybe put more of an emphasis on outreach globally to women's issues?
Yes, we should.
Yeah. In which ways do you think that that's important, and what issues should we be discussing more?
I mean, I feel like in a lot of third world countries they need that more. I feel like a lot of women there are still kind of looked at as second-class citizens, and I feel like those countries are the ones that are needing more of a voice.
One thing that I've been researching a lot about is female circumcision. You done any research on that?
I have heard about that.
It's starting to become a more prominent topic, but I think it's one that still has a long way to go. It is tricky because it does cross, you know, women's rights versus cultural, you know, being able to have your cultural practices.
A lot of people will say that it's a global issue, but what I've learned is that there are 23 states that still have it legal in the United States, and that 1 million American women are affected by that. Does that,
really?
Yeah, does that surprise you?
Yes, that does surprise me.
It surprises me too.